Richard Bland College and Monroe College. It's the Statesmen taking on the 15th ranked Mustangs. Welcome to day 2 of this 2022 12th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. It's brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash in Charlotte. Hi again, everybody. Chris Sheeman. Glad to be with you for this matchup between Richard Bland at 9-5 and 15th ranked Monroe Mustangs at 11-2. Let's meet the starting lineups for both of these teams. First for the Statesmen and head coach Andrew Lacey. It's number 3, Martin Kawa. Number 5 is Kavan West. Number 12 is Ibrahim Korrama. And number 25, Norian Lastly. Number 34 is Eric Wood. And now for Jeff Brewstad and Monroe, the Mustangs today starting the same way they did yesterday. It's number 1, Melvin Council Jr. Number 2 is Keith Warren Jr. Number 4, Jawari Hamlin. Number 10, Ty J. Kelton. Number 21, Emmanuel Agbole. So that's the starters for both of these teams. Monroe coming off a 69-59 victory over Brunswick yesterday. Melvin Council 24 in that game. Keith Warren in double figures with 10. Muhammad had 12 points in the victory. Richard Bland lost 78-50 against Harcum yesterday, snapping their 4-game win streak. Martin Kawa with a good game and the lost 22 points. He was the lone player in double figures in that game. These two teams are meeting for the second time here at the Brunswick Holiday Classic. They played on Sunday last year, and Monroe fell to Richard Bland last year 76-72. Now, these two teams did play earlier this season at the Richard Bland Classic. Monroe won that game by 28 points. It was a 90-62 victory for the Monroe Mustangs against Richard Bland. That was back in early November. It was, in fact, on November 4th. So both teams ready to get going. Start of 4 games today for you here at the Holiday Classic. Up next, Harcum and Cape Fear will battle, and then the 2 Brunswick teams will play. The guys will be up first against Chattanooga State, and then the ladies will take on Bryan and Stratton. So we'll have all of those games for you here today. Settle in, relax. We got a lot of basketball for you, so sit back and enjoy it. 90-62 in the first meeting, as I mentioned. 5 players in double figures in the victory for Monroe. Council led the way with 18. 13 off the bench for Vargas, 11 apiece for Kelton and Muhammad, and 10 for Agbole. Richard Bland had 3 players in double figures. Kawa led him on 6 of 12 shooting. He had 14. So we're underway, second meeting of the season between these two teams, and quickly we have a whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball. So Monroe commits an offensive foul on their first possession of the game. Agbole is the guilty party. So we didn't see Ibrahim Kamoria yesterday. He is in the starting lineup today for Richard Bland. A little bit of a different look, keeping everybody fresh for Richard Bland in this long weekend. Lastly, who played well yesterday, gets the start today, traveled with the basketball. So both teams starting with a turnover here in game 1 here on day 2 of this Holiday Classic. Warren, Hamlin. Council gets it back to him. Hamlin over to Warren, left wing, guarded by Wood. Looks like man defense at the start for the Statesmen. Shot clock down to 5. Council will fire in and out. And down low, we're going to have a foul called on the Statesmen. Looks like Lasley will be the guilty party. So both teams with a team foul in the opening minute of this one. And that was with 3 on the shot clock, too. So Monroe going to get a fresh 20 Catch and shoot by Warren. Yes, on the triple. Keith Warren had 10 yesterday. Shoots 3 ball at 38% on the season. Averaging 4.7 points per ball game. Open look for West, the mid-range. Got it to go. Kevon West, 6 points yesterday, right at his season average. Now a steal by West. So the Statesmen get the turnover. Richard Bland actually led as the 3 by Kawa. Martin Kawa came in shooting 26% from 3 on the season, but he has looked real good here in Eastern North Carolina from behind the arc. 5-3, make it 5-5 as Kelton bangs it off the glass. Tyjae Kelton, 4 points yesterday, came into the tournament averaging 7 a game. Good shooter at 46%. He can hit it from behind the arc as well. Good stretch forward, 37% from 3. West is cut off. Camoria fires off the mark on the triple. Ball tipped out. Warren's got the rebound. Council looking down low. Agbole not given the space. Council now, he posts up Agbole. Too strong off the glass. Here comes Richard Bland. Wood, that ball was kicked, no call. So a turnover, numbers for Monroe, layup by Kelton. So Kelton matches his scoring total from yesterday here in the first 3 minutes, 7-5 Mustangs. We've played 3 minutes and change. Camoria to the hoop, and that big body, Agbole. Nothing you can do about that. Council cut off at the elbow, swings it out to Warren. Left wing 3 is good. Back-to-back triples for Keith Warren Jr., who now has 6 of the 10. Mustangs doubling up Richard Bland, now 10-5. Wood out to Kawa. When they needed a bucket yesterday, this was the guy who got it. Wood will attack. Shot clock at 8. Turnaround fadeaway, no good. Agbole the board. Ball batted back. Another steal by West, his second already today. He goes glass and scores for his second field goal. Offense or defense to offense for Richard Bland. That's the name of the game for them. Council attacks. Council hangs and scores. So Council is on the board for the first of what we assume will be many times here today. Calling his name, 24 yesterday. Came in averaging a shade under 16 points per ball game. But I'm betting this weekend he averages at least 25. Camoria will back it out for Richard Bland, guarded by Warren. Pull up, yes. Ibrahim Camoria, 5.3 points per ball game on the season, 38% shooter, 38% from downtown as well. 12-9 Monroe. Down low the big guy. Defense went for the steal, then recovering and blocking from behind, but a foul. Some highlights in the first 5 minutes. Rain and triples, especially for Keith Warren, who's got a couple, including that one to his left. So Keith Warren has 6 points, and then it's defense transitioning to offense for Richard Bland. Second steal of the game for West. Agbole was off on the first free throw as we're back to live action. Agbole on the season, just a 40% free throw shooter, missed them both. Second team foul on Richard Bland. It was also the second on Lasley. He's out. Coming into the game, Larry Howell. So Larry Howell started the game. Kelby Saunders also in the game. He started yesterday as well. Kawa gets it over to Saunders. Free throw line extended, missed the jumper. Hamlin's got the rebound. Warren Jr. from Steph range. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Wood. Here comes Richard Bland trailing by 3. And we got a whistle. That'll be the second on on Monroe, excuse me. Hamlin the guilty party, so Richard Bland will inbound 23 on the clock. West 2 steals, 4 points off those 2 steals as he inbounds. Howell out to Wood left wing. Kawa, shot clock down to 7, and Wood was not ready for the pass. Miscommunication, ball goes out of bounds, back to the Mustangs. Hamlin into the forecourt. Council, Warren, playing hot potato with it right now. Cross court to Hamlin. Shot clock at 10. Hamlin throws it under. Agbole in and out, spins back in. First field goal for Emmanuel Agbole. Five-point lead for the Mustangs. Monroe 15th ranked. They were as high as 8 in the polls. Played a very tough tournament down in the Florida Panhandle against some of the top junior colleges in the country. Another steal by Richard Bland after they came up empty, extra possession for them, and it's going to be an offensive foul. So they're saying Council must have been outside the restricted area, and that's team foul number 3 on Monroe. We go to a timeout, 13-12 to go here in game 1 on day 2 of this 2022 Brunswick Holiday Classic. Welcome back to the 12th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic, brought to you by Coastline Express. Chris Sheeman here with you. We've played about 7 minutes, 5-point advantage for Monroe. Looking a little bit crisper on offense, Monroe. The Mustangs didn't play bad yesterday, but well below their season average in a 69-59 victory over Brunswick. Sweeping Brunswick, trying to sweep Richard Bland. And the Mustangs, good ball movement, finding Council. Corner 3 is good by Melvin. So he's got 5. Warren leads the team with 6. All 5 starters have scored for Jeff Brustad's team. Coach Brustad, 21st season at the helm of Monroe. Strong move to the bucket by Saunders. Kelby Saunders was scoreless yesterday. He has his first field goal here today. Council, same spot. Bang again. Council quickly has 8. What a scorer he is. I think I got my stats wrong because they have him as a 16% three-point shooter on my stats. I think that's wrong. In fact, I know that's wrong. Council off the turnover, scoop, blocking foul, count it, and the bucket. Council is in double figures on a personal run. Melvin Council Jr. will go to the free throw line and try to complete an old school three-point play. He's got the new school three-pointers down. Good ball movement offensively for the Mustangs today. That's the second in a row from that corner spot for Council, who's looking for his 11th point. Bricks the free throw, though. Wood's got the rebound. So Council's got 10 of the 22. And Richard Bland being doubled up by the Mustangs, 22-11. Wood, top of the key, it's West. Here's Howell, right wing. Shot clock is at 8. West hesitates, throws it down to Saunders. Got to get something up. Instead, it's a steal by Council. Council looking to push. Statesman get back on defense. So Vargas into the game for Monroe. Albert Vargas was scoreless yesterday, but certainly made an impact defensively. He had a number of nice defensive plays against the Dolphins. Muhammad also in the game, loses it. Stefano Falopa also checking in for the first time for Monroe. Saunders over to Wood. Wood traveled with the basketball, but they call a foul before it. So Mustangs guilty for their third foul, 4 on Richard Bland with 10:43 to go here in the half. Zaire Wells in for Jeff Brewstad's team. Hamlin, the lone starter, still out there with Vargas and Wells, Muhammad, Falopa. Richard Bland, Ben Jones is in for the Statesman, 2 points yesterday for him, with Wood and Howell, Saunders, and West. Couple tries at it. Richard Bland coming up empty. Wood swings it out. Jones steps into a three, grazes the rim if anything, and Wells has the rebound. Falopa getting it down low. Muhammad, yes. Hamdel Muhammad, 12 points off the bench yesterday in the victory against Brunswick. 24-11, lead out to 13 for the Mustangs on a nice scoring run after that media timeout. Here's Jones, and he carried the ball. He's trying to fake the pass to West, and instead it ended up being a carry, so Statesmen are sloppy. Ibrahim Kamoria checking back into the game. He's guarding Wells on the right wing. Vargas looking down low, and we got a push off on Muhammad. So both teams with 4 team fouls, 9:36 to go until halftime. How they inbound against the man press. Jones one-on-one with Vargas, brings it up. Howell back to him on the left side. Saunders top of the key. Open look for West. Long on the three, tipped the rebound comes to Muhammad. Hamlin down low, alley-oop, skying for it as Wells. What a play. And the lead grows to 15, 26-11. It's all Mustangs, looking much sharper offensively, Monroe. They played good defense yesterday. Their defense was not an issue, but team averaging over 80 a game, just 69 yesterday. They got cooking in that second half against Brunswick, and they've really kind of just brought that momentum in on a relatively quick turnaround. Nikola Danicic going to come into the game for the Mustangs, scoreless yesterday. West goes to the line 4-2. 6 points yesterday. He can match his total from yesterday if he hits both free throws. Good on the first. So Danicic is in. Zate Townsend is also in the game, as Jeff Brustad has played just about everybody he's got available. Isaac Armstrong injured. So 6 points for West, matches his total from yesterday. Mustangs doubling up the Statesmen again, 26-13. Here is Vargas getting a screen. Down low, Falopa. Turnaround jumper is no good. Who's it off? They're going to say it's off Saunders. Looks like we got a timeout for Richard Bland. 8:22 to go until halftime. It's all Mustangs here at the start of this one. How about a little beach for you, those of you up in Virginia and or up in New York State? That is Oak Island. Back to live action. Quick inbound for the Mustangs and free throws to come. Danicic will go to the line. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. This was taken at sunset back in September. And, yeah, you can't go wrong with that kind of a look. The other sunset picture I have is actually a little bit better. The sky is like red and orange. There was no filter applied to any of these pictures that you're going to see from eastern North Carolina this weekend, by the way. They are all untouched. That is how the sun looked on that particular day. So Danicic, who was scoreless yesterday, gets the first free throw to go. I was at Oak Island a couple hours before I made it to the gym this morning, and the view's a little bit different today. It was 48 degrees. But it wasn't too windy, so it was actually kind of nice. I did a little 2-mile deal on the beach this morning and really enjoyed it. I was the only one. It was me, a guy and a dog, and one family. That was it. And the whole 2-mile stretch of beach. It was nice. I'll take that as Camoria's off on the 3. And what a job there by Vargas tipping the rebound, but I'll take 48 degrees and the beach is still relatively nice, and there's only 3 other people the entire 45 minutes that I'm there, compared to 90 degrees when everybody's packed in like sardines and you can't move and you can't really enjoy it. Just depends on if you're a swimmer. I'm not a swimmer, so I don't care about going in the water. Obviously, when it's hot, that's the point of the beach. You go to get in the water and cool off, but I don't care about that, so I'm fine going to the beach in December when it's 48 out, as long as it's not windy. If it's windy, it's miserable because you got the sand blowing in your face, and that water gets cold. If you're up in New York, you probably don't understand, or if you don't have any experience with the Eastern Carolinas, it gets cold here. In fact, I was just looking at the weather for my hometown, Greenville, South Carolina, closer to the mountains. There's a chance we're going to have a white Christmas. I'm stoked for that. We don't get a ton of snow, but oh boy, that would be so fun. Well, Richard Bland, 1 field goal in the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 minutes, imploring the trap to try to slow down the Mustangs' offense. Wells attacks. Falopa left wing. Danicic triple teamed and traveled with the basketball. Five fouls for Richard Bland, 4 for the Mustangs with 7:07 to go in the half. Monroe, Kawa back in the game, got it down low. Saunders misses. Vargas. Here is Wells, fouled from behind by Saunders. So Zaire Wells goes to the free throw line. 10 points in the game for Council. 6 of it from behind the arc. Actually, he might have 3 three-pointers. 6 for Warren, 4 for Kelton. And Kevon West leads Richard Bland with 6 points.
Foul number 4, Kelby Saunders, his second personal foul.
Looks like we got another timeout. We'll step aside once again, take another look at the schedule. Chris Sheeman back here with you, 12th Annual Brunswick Holiday Classic, day number 2. And it's Zaire Wells at the free throw line, 81% free throw shooter. #16 foul, by the way, on Richard Bland before that timeout. So 1-1 the rest of the way for Monroe. 1 out of 2 for Wells. Richard Bland breaking the press. Kawa looking to get it back from Camoria. And that ball's going out of bounds off the Statesman. Boy, the trapping pressure and the defense has really picked up for the Mustangs. Richard Bland still just 1 field goal, I'd say in the last probably 8 minutes, maybe 9. Danicic, no trouble breaking the press. Monroe. Vargas, alley-oop, flying in as Wells. He's got 5. Second catch and shoot for Wells. Three ball is good for West. He's got 9.
Number 5, Kevon West.
I believe it's a 1-3-1 that the Mustangs are playing. Falopa on the wing. They get it to Vargas. He'll set it up. Falopa down low. Danicic all alone. Lays it up and in. So Nikola Danicic, scoreless yesterday in limited minutes, has 4 points already today. Catch and shoot by Camoria. Long on the 3. Rebound by Wells. Vargas again surveying for the 15th ranked Mustangs. Region 15 member. Danicic, I don't think he was ready for it. Falopa had a lot of heat on it. The reverse no good by Wood, and Richard Bland cannot buy a bucket right now. Vargas out to Falopa. And it looks like Jeff Brewstad ready to bring the starters back into the game. There's Townsend. Wells between the circles. Shot clock down to 7. Wells contested 3. Nice defensive possession there for Richard Bland. Catch and shoot triple in the corner. That time it's good. It's Kawhi again, his second three-pointer. He's got 6, 33-19. We've got another timeout with 4:13 to go in the half. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be with you at the 12th Annual Holiday Classic. Brunswick Community College hosting this for a long time. Out of the timeout, Warren is back in. He buries a triple. So let's set the lineup for Monroe. Council and Warren back in. Agbole checking back in, as is Hamlin. And who am I missing? I'm missing one other guy. I said Hamlin. Oh, Kelton. So the starters are back in. Runner in the lane, no good. Camoria chases down his miss. Down low, this is Howell. Can't get it to go. Ball tipped out. Council with the rebound. He is the lone player in the game in double figures. Warren trying to change that. Stuck on 9 as Warren long on that 3. West hit one from that spot moments ago. Not that time. Ball went over the backboard, so the Mustangs will inbound it.
Checking into game number 2, Ben Jones.
Monroe hit a season-high 10 three-pointers in a 10-point loss at the number 2 team in the country, Chipola. I know Warren's got 3. Council has at least 2. So they're close to that. Council again for 3, too strong. Board by Howe. Howe and Jones with West. In the backcourt right now for Richard Bland. Kawan also in the game with Wood. That's the 5 for the Statesman. Foul on the Mustangs will be their 5th. Free throws for Ben Jones. 2 points yesterday for Ben. The sophomore is a 56% free throw shooter. First foul on Kelton. 1 out of 2 for Jones, right about his season average. So Monroe keeps a 16-point lead with 2.5 to play in the half. Down low they go to Agbole, a little bit too strong off the glass. Statesman starting to string some stops together. Can they get some points going now? Jones bounce passes it. Extra pass to the cutter, Wood. Couldn't get the bucket, but he's fouled. Eric Wood going to go to the free throw line. 59% free throw shooter.
Number 34, Eric Wood will have to shoot 2 shots.
Rims in that first one. Wood, first point of the game, had 6 yesterday in the loss against Harcum. So Wood 2 for 2. And the lead is 14. Kelton top of the key. Hamlin ball fake. Kelton In the corner, it's Council. Shot clock at 10. Council out near midcourt. Shot clock at 6. Council, contested jumper, got it anyways. Council's got a dozen here in this first half, and the lead back to 16 for the Mustangs. Open look, catch and shoot. Jones for 3, airballed it. Warren. Council will try another triple. Not that time. Ball batted out. Chasing it down, Agbole. And dangerous pass intercepted by Richard Bland, 3-on-2. Pass down low, Kawa. So Martin Kawa has 8 points. Richard Bland down 14 with a minute to go in the half. Screen, jumper no good by Hamlin. Mustangs can get this to single digits. They can get some momentum. Open look west, no good. Bole the board. Hamlin throws it ahead behind the back. Council attacks. Yes, and the foul. Melvin Council Jr. with 14 first half points, and he goes to the line for another attempt at an old school three-point play. You can see the athleticism on display as the Mustangs get it quickly up the court, and this guy knows what to do with the basketball, folks. Council misses another free throw, 61% on the year, missed them both, so the lead is 16 again. That's a carry called on Jones. So 10-second difference between the game and shot clock. Kelton will shoot a quick triple and hit it. Kelton quietly has amassed 7 points of his own today, and the lead grows to 19 for Monroe, biggest of the afternoon. Shot clock is off. Richard Bland can hold it here. Wood has it poked away, though. Council with the steal. Council the reverse, no, but it's followed up by Kelton, and they're going to wave that off, and they're going to get Wood on a foul instead. So it'll be free throws for Council. Council 14 points today. This is the only place where he's had some struggles today, the free throw line. He's played well defensively. He's shot the three ball well. We've seen him get to the rim with ease, and now let's see if he can get a couple free throws. Good on that first one. So 16 in the half for Council. 9 seconds to work with for Richard Bland. Quickly west. Splits 2 defenders. Throws it down low. The reverse is good by Wood. And that'll do it for the first half. So Wood finishes with 4, but it's all Mustangs. 45-26 over Richard Bland, the number 15 team in the nation. Looking good here at this 12th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic. We'll be back with the second half in about 15. The 12th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Monroe 45, Richard Bland 26 here on game number 1 of 4 here on day 2 of the Holiday Classic. Leading scorer in the half is, take a guess, Melvin Council Jr. He's got 16 points. Keith Warren with 9 points, 7 for Kelton and 5 for Wells. Danicic off the bench with 4. Agbole and Mohammed with 2 points apiece for Monroe. Leading scorer for Richard Bland is Kevon West. He's got 9 points here today. Kawa with 8. 4 for Wood, 2 apiece for Saunders, Camoria, and 1 for Jones. That's the scoring in the first half. So 19-point advantage for the 15th ranked Monroe Mustangs at 11-2. In Region 15. Taking on Richard Bland, the Statesman 9-5. 2-0 in Region 10 play. They've already got a couple Region 10 victories to their credit here in the early part of the season. Happy holidays, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you this weekend. Nice turnaround by Agbole. Boy, if he catches it there, I mean, there's just no size on the court. I don't know if either team, well, Harkham's got some size, but they're not going to play one another in this tournament. The non-Region 10 teams play the 3 Region 10 teams is how the format works as the Statesmen turn it over. Monroe coming off a 69-59 victory over Brunswick yesterday. Richard Bland fell to Harkham yesterday, 78-50. Tomorrow, Monroe will play first since they've got the longest drive. They take on Cape Fear at noon. Richard Bland will be the following game against Chattanooga State at 2 p.m. That's going to be a scrappy. Game tomorrow. Richard Bland and Chattanooga. Kelton close to traveling. Shot clock down to 8. 3 in the corner by Council. Yes. Melvin Council's got 19. And the lead is 24. Now it's a steal by Hamlin. Hamlin turns on the Jets and blocked by the rim. Council, fortunately for Monroe, is there. Here's Warren for 3. No good. Skying is Howell with the rebound. West pushing. Down low, Howell, the reverse. First bucket of the game for Larry Howell, who had 8 points yesterday. 3 by Kelton, yes again. Tyjay Kelton is in double figures with 10. 53-28, Monroe. Corner 3, Kawa. Off the back iron, skying for the rebound, Agbole. Catch and shoot, Hamlin for 3, no good. Tip up, no by Kelton. Here come the Statesmen. Kawa on the near side of your screen. 3 minutes into the second half, swings it out. Camoria for 3. Around the rim, no. Kelton with the rebound. Hamlin to Kelton, they leave him open again. Missed it that time, ball tipped, and Kawa's got the rebound, and then he's hit accidentally by the big guy.
Foul's called on number 21, Emmanuel Ogbole. He's the second person to foul, team's first in the second half. Checking into the game.
A sub for Richard Bland. Autry Barnes is in the game. Barnes did not play yesterday, so once again, we didn't see Camoria yesterday. We didn't see Barnes yesterday. Andrew Lacey told me before the game yesterday everybody's available, so he's shuffling bodies. He's got a lot of depth on that bench, keeping everybody fresh. 3 games in 3 days. Why not? And you see a nice bouncy play there by the very fresh Ibrahim Camoria, who's got his second field goal. Kelton top of the key. Council trouble with the pass, but able to recover. Shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 2, and it's intercepted by Barnes off the bench with a quick steal. Near side, Kawa. Over to Camoria, who buries the triple. Ibrahim Camoria's got 7 in the game. West leads the team in scoring with 9. Kawa got 8, and Camoria with 7. Posting up Kelton. Shot clock down to 7, throws it up and draws the foul on Wood.
Foul call number 34, Eric Wood, his second, team's first in the second half.
TJ Kelton, 4 points yesterday. He's in double figures today with 10. 67% free throw shooter. He makes 2 out of every 3 as he's off on the first. Both teams with a team foul early on in this second half. Kelton 1 out of 2. He's got 11 in the game. Lead back to 21 for the Mustangs. Jumper no good by West, I believe it was. It's a little tricky to see those jersey numbers. The font, sometimes the 5s look like 2. They're going to count that bucket for Agbole. He is up to 6, I believe. Going to the line, chance for 7. Yeah, Agbole's got 6. Chance for 7. I mentioned has struggled at the free throw line this season, but gets that one to go. So Agbole had 9 yesterday. He's up to 7 here today. Nice job breaking the press for Monroe. Catch and shoot again, Camoria. Not that time for 3. Agbole with another rebound. Hamlin down low to the big guy, and they're going to call a foul on Richard Bland there. So Agbole gets another 3-point opportunity. I don't know about that one. It was a flop, if anything. I'm trying to draw the offensive foul. So Agbole now in double figures. He's hit his last 2 free throws. He's 2 for 4 today. Ball tipped, but it comes to West. The trapping pressure. Here's Camoria in the corner. West, extra pass by Kawa down to Barnes. And Barnes is blocked but fouled. Biggest lead of the game for Monroe, 27 points right now. Kelton the guilty party. 2 team fouls on Monroe, 3 on Richard Bland with 14:07 to go in the game. So Barnes at the line. Autry Barnes, 55% free throw shooter, gets the first one.
Checking into game number 10, Larry Howell.
Howell returns to the game for Richard Bland replacing Wood. So Barnes gets them both. First points here in the tournament. Counsel for 3. So Barnes has played well off the bench as a rebound. Nice job breaking the press. Camoria, open look in the corner, Howell. So Howell from 11 feet out. Now it's intercepted by Howell. Here comes Richard Bland. 4 on 3. Kawa, catch and shoot corner. That time no good, this time by West. Kelton contested jumper. Camoria tips the rebound to himself. Camoria playing one-on-one, bricks the three-pointer. That's a bad offensive possession for Richard Bland. One guy touches the basketball. Council over to Kelton. Catch and shoot, Warren for three. Yes, again. Boy, Warren hot from downtown today. He's got 4 and a dozen in the game. Lead back to 26. Howell steps right, buries the jumper. Had Agbole's hand in his face, but Howell gets it to go. He's got 6 now. Top of the key, Kelton. Council to the big guy. Back to Council. Council fakes the 3. Big guy slam, and that's not going to count. So the ball went in, but because his hands left the rim with the backboard still shaking, that altered the trajectory of the ball. Yada, yada, yada. Timeout. 12-12 left to go. 63-39. It's all Mustangs here at the Holiday Classic. We'll be back. The 12th annual Brunswick Holiday Classic brought to you by Coastline Express Car Wash. Big shout out to Philip Goss for sponsoring the event all weekend long here at Brunswick Community College in Bolivia, North Carolina, which is, it took me about 15 minutes to get to the beach today. Some subs in for Monroe. Townsend, Vargas, Falopa, Muhammad, and Wells. So new set of 5 for Jeff Brewstad's team. Second unit is in, helped increase the lead in the first half of the game. That's always a bonus, what you want if you're a title contender like Monroe hopes to be. Nice tip in there, Falopa for his first bucket. (65-39), Monroe matching its biggest lead at 26. Howell on the near side. Jones top of the key. Lasley back in the game. Norian Lasley started the game, just 2 points in the first game yesterday. He's scoreless here today. Nice deflection there, Townsend. Kawa will go out of the game. And Jordan Morris in for the first time here this afternoon. Morris, 3 points yesterday. Inbound went off the mark. Wells steals it. Ball tipped back to him. Now Townsend cross court. Vargas for 3. Yes. Albert Vargas was scoreless yesterday. That's his first bucket here today. He's not looking for his offense too much here at the Holiday Classic. He scored in double figures in the victory over Richard Bland back in November. Also scored in double figures the first time Brunswick and Monroe played, but Like I said, quiet offensive game, not bad shooting. He just hasn't been shooting the basketball much. Connects on his first triple here this afternoon. Muhammad picks up his third foul. Both teams now with 3 team fouls with 10:24 remaining in the game. So a 29-point advantage for Monroe. They've been in control of this game from the get-go. Morris steps left, can't get the 3. Offensive rebound, Lasley. Howell driving. Looking for a cutter, and that pass off the mark. Vargas never touched it, they said so. You know how you talk about offensive screens? Well, that was a defensive screen right there by the Mustangs. They blocked the guy from being able to cut underneath the hoop and ended up with the turnover as a result. Past the midway point here in the second half, using the baseline, tiptoeing to the bucket is Zaire Wells, who's up to 7 points today. 70-39. Nice effort today from Monroe. Came out a little flat yesterday. Didn't have too much trouble with Brunswick, who was also ice cold from the field. Going to get a reach on Townsend for the 4th team foul on Monroe.
Foul called on number 3, Zatea. Townsend is first.
Our next game today, by the way, will be Cape Fear and Harcum. That'll take place about a half hour after this one's done, depending on when this one gets over. It's going to be an offensive foul called on Richard Bland.
Foul called number 2, Ben Jones. His first. Team's 4th in the second half.
Monroe put up 90 on Richard Bland the first time these two teams met. They've got 70 right now. Well, you take these two Monroe games off the books for Richard Bland, their defense is even more impressive. Opponents are averaging 61.5 per game, but remember, one of those games was against Monroe. Stats will take a little bit of a hit after this one, but still, very good defensive team. That tells you how good and how much firepower Jeff Brustad has available, and he's not even at full speed, this team. They've got a couple guys out. Contested face-up, triple no good, tip-up no. Flying in was Townsend, couldn't get it though. Now West. And his pass is off the mark, looking for Howell, who tried to dive for it but couldn't come up with it. Be interesting to see if this second unit doesn't finish this game for the Mustangs, with the game firmly in control. And Monroe with one more game tomorrow against Cape Fear. Muhammad calls for it. Here's Vargas, shot clock down to 7. This is almost a practice situation. Shot clock at 2, they got a hoist, Falopa does. Can't get it to go, and that's a shot clock violation. It was wide right of the rim. So Richard Bland walks it into the front court. Howell. West got doubled up, gets it back to Howell, getting that trapping zone. Falopa right in that passing lane, like a cornerback. I know there's a lot of bowl games on today. We got a nice little football play there by the Italian. Vargas for 3, in and out. Fight for the rebound, won by Howell. West skies it for Howell. Corner jumper by Wood, no good. Muhammad the rebound, and Monroe looks to run. Statesmen get back, though. Jeff Brustad is doing some heavy-duty coaching over there on the far side of your screen. You might be able to hear him and see him. Falopa open for 3, yes. He's got 5 here tonight. Stefano Falopa. averaging 4 a game, 73-39. Tough offensive day for Richard Bland. Camoria has played well, and he gets another triple to go, so he's the first player in double figures for Richard Bland. Didn't play yesterday. Good on that shot. He's got 10. Kawa, who had 22 yesterday, has 9 points today, as does West. Fouled from behind, count the bucket. First one of the game for Townsend. He'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity. 6:29 left to go. We will have our three-point opportunity in a couple of moments when we come back. This one in the hands of the Mustangs. They lead it by 33. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks to our sponsor, Coastline Express. I'm Chris Sheeman, back here with you. 6:29 to go in the game, and this one is not in doubt. Townsend completes the three-point play, his third point of the game, 76-45. In the corner again, Camoria got another one, and he's fouled. So Camoria with a baker's dozen here today. He's got an opportunity for a 4-point play now. Didn't play at all yesterday. They've been setting up a play for him, too. Good on that one. The free throw is no good, however. So a bright spot for the Statesmen in what will be their sixth loss of the year. Another turnover. That's going to have to change for Richard Bland if they're going to get a victory tomorrow against Chattanooga. We'll have that one for you here on YouTube at 2 p.m. Camoria against Danicic. Cross court to West. Shot clock at 7. West gets tied up. We're going to have a jump ball called, and Richard Bland will keep it.
Possession stays with the Station.
Doesn't look like they put 20 on the clock, so possession will keep the shot clock at 6. And that ball's going to be intercepted by Townsend, who's going to slam dunk it with the right hand. Good minutes off the bench here in the second half for Townsend, who's got 5 points. The lead back to 30 for Monroe. Corner jumper mid-range this time. Camoria can't get it to go. Wells pushes it into the forecourt, goes behind the back, left of the lane, into the lane, and he's blocked by Howe. Falopa back in the game. Muhammad will come out. So Falopa with Wells and Vargas. Danicic, Townsend, that's the 5. Vargas for 3. Can't get the friendly rim. Skying for the rebound is Wood, who's back into the game. Wood and Camoria out there with West. As Camoria bangs in another 3. Boy, is red hot. Camoria was 16 in the game. Lasley also out there, as is Barnes. And I think that's all 5 for Richard Bland. Danicic driving, dumps it out to Townsend. Corner 3 is long. 4:25 to go in the game. You'll forgive me, folks. This is game number 4 of 11, so the play-by-play commentary is going to get a bit more subdued in this game that Monroe has in control, so that I don't blow out my vocal cords before the weekend's over. They're going to change the call here. They call a foul on Monroe. That's going to be 17 fouls on the Mustangs, 5 on Richard Bland. So, 1-1 here for Lasley.
Foul's called on number 25, Ryan Lasley.
Lasley, 68% free throw shooter. Can't get the front end. Wells the rebound. Danicic backing down and called for the offensive foul. Danicic a little over-aggressive. Nikola, with 4 minutes to go, picking up his first foul. 18 fouls now on Monroe. I can't remember last year. It looks like we're going to finish a little bit early here. We might start our second game a little bit early. I can't remember exactly what they did a season ago when that happened. Nice post move there by Barnes. Second field goal today. He's got 4, lead down to 25. Well, if you're a bench player and you're in a 30-point game, the last thing you want to see is your coach bringing in those starters again. It's never a good thing. Nice aggressive play by Vargas. So Vargas attacks. He goes to the free throw line on the 16th foul for Richard Bland. Excuse me. Vargas, 80% free throw shooter, 57% three-point shooter, 7th best in Division I. Hit 1 3-pointer today. Muhammad going to come in for Wells. Jeremiah Manley, wearing number 21, is in for the first time for Richard Bland. Vargas now with 5. Here's Manley with the basketball out deep. Camoria back to him. Lasley cut off. Townsend another steal. Clear pass, slam dunk again for Townsend. Zate Townsend with 7 points here this afternoon. Now blocking foul called on Muhammad.
Foul's called on number 22, Mohamed.
19 fouls on the Mustangs. Muhammad has fouled out, just 2 points today. He had 12 yesterday, so quiet offensive game due in part to the foul trouble. Statesmen get some more free throws, still a 1-1, and they come up empty again. Townsend out to Vargas. Falopa, Danicic. Shot clock at 9. Vargas off 1 foot. Danicic tip, no. Manley to Lasley. Manley with the fake, steps inside the arc. Jumper, no. Offensive rebound by Barnes. Manley got mugged by Falopa. 10 team fouls now on Monroe. 1:55 to go in the game. And free throws for Manley.
Number 21, Jeremiah Manley to shoot 2 shots.
Manley, good free throw shooter at 80% on the season. Limited opportunities. Gets that one to go. Avanti Hunter, the big guy, number 40 into the game. Number 15, Kahai Venable, also in the game. So the benches are as empty as they can be right now for both teams. Danicic, yes, the flat-footed jumper. Danicic with 6. Manley direct in traffic. Venable near side. Brayon Lambert is in the game wearing number 12. Here is Venable for 3, way off. Wells the rebound. Wells goes right to the hoop trying for the highlight. Hunter's got the rebound. Nobody picked up the ball on that play. Townsend almost had another steal. That 3 ball is long. Rebound Danicic. Danicic gets hit hard by Lambert. So Danicic is going to go to the free throw line. Danicic scoreless yesterday, 6 points here today. He is a 75% free throw shooter. Make it 7 now for Danicic. So Monroe will go to 12-2. Take on the Cape Fear Sea Devils tomorrow. Richard Bland going to finish at 9-6. And they will take on Chattanooga State tomorrow at 2 p.m. Munnerlyn. Venable. Down low, and it's laid up and in by Munnerlyn. Malik Munnerlyn didn't play yesterday. His first field goal here today. Shot clock and game clock are identical, so the Mustangs can basically dribble it out. And that's pretty much what they're doing. With a semi-nod to the Harlem Globetrotters. And maybe even a little Dean Smith UNC box and one play. That'll do it, 86-57. It's the Monroe Mustangs going to 12-2 on the season, taking down Richard Bland for the second time this season. So our next game will be at 3 p.m. About a half hour from now, we'll have the Cape Fear Sea Devils and Harcum. That's coming up, the Harcum Bears and Sea Devils from Cape Fear at 3 p.m. Once again, your final, Monroe 86 and Richard Bland 57. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you again in about a half hour.